Welcome! I'm your host, Madison Smith, here with the Native Brewworks co-founders Jackson Spencer, Heath Gamble, and Dustin Hunley, here to talk about their new and first microbrewery to come to Jonesboro in the next year or so.
I'm Dustin Hunley, and I'm the brewer.
My name is Heath Gamble. I'm going to be helping with our future development as a business.
I'm Jackson Spencer, co-owner and I guess you can say director of operations.
Yeah.
Craighead County has been a dry county since 1944, meaning no alcohol sales are permitted in the county without a private club or liquor license. The topic of making Craighead County a wet county has been argued and voted on for many years. The state law put into place in 1944 states that a county needs 38% of its registered voters to sign a petition to get a county's wet-dry status on the ballot. This has yet to happen. A new law adopted by the Arkansas legislature in 2019 now permits microbreweries in dry counties with a private club permit. Native Brewworks plans to be the first brew pub in Jonesboro.
I think we've all had our own experiences in similar businesses outside of the community, and I think we all find that you have those moments where you just really appreciate someone crafting something for you. And I think we've been in conversation for a long time about how Jonesboro is ready for something like that. And obviously, getting to meet and know Dustin, and he's a very talented brewer, and personally for me, I'm just happy to be a part of a group that's ready to do that here. But I think everyone has their own take too. So,
Yeah, I guess I first started homebrewing in 2012, and back then it was kind of a long-term dream of mine to open a brewery, and we couldn't do that here at that time, and so moved away and experienced different things, and then learned about the legislation that made it possible, and that's when we got serious again. So.
We could open a brewery up anywhere, but we decided to do it here because this is our home. This is where we're all from. We were born and raised here in Jonesboro. No matter where we live, travel, we always come back home.
While the co-founders have been thinking about owning their own brewery for many years, the name came quickly to them. Arkansas is their native state, so it is only fitting to have native in their title. Spencer also stated that due to certain restrictions, they will have to take out brewery in their name, so they are looking at Native Restaurant as their official opening name.
Well, it took a lot to come up with the name. I think we were walking around Memphis one day, and I think the idea of native being another word for kind of like local, being from a place. It's local craft beer, maybe with ingredients which I source locally, and then our food will be local. And native just seemed to be a kind of name that would encompass all that. Plus, we live in the natural state and native to our home state as well. So it has no ties to the Native American community in terms of just the local community. Unfortunately, based on ABC rules and regulations, we're not allowed to have the word brew in our name. So we will be doing business as Native Restaurant for the private club permit's sake.
10 years ago, you could count the craft breweries in Arkansas on one hand, most in Fayetteville and Little Rock. The 42 craft breweries in Arkansas in 2019 had an economic impact of $525 million, according to the Brewers Association. Today, there are over 40 breweries in the state, in towns including Harrison, Mount Home, and Amity. This will be the first brewery to open in Jonesboro, and Native Brewworks co-owners are excited about it.
I guess it'd be easier if someone else did it first. We'd have a playbook to go by.
Yeah, there's a lot of firsts for sure.
It's fun to be first, but and it's exciting. And definitely, like to ride that high. But to us, I don't think that's going to be our our distinguishing factor. It's going to be more about the experience, about the craft, about the service, about us giving back to the community. I think being first is just kind of icing on top of that.
There are still many unknowns for when the brewery will receive the permits needed or when the store will open. But one thing the co-owners know is they want Native Brewworks to be family and dog-friendly and somewhere to hang out and relax. Heath Gammon said they want the brewery to be a place where you can bring your family or start your night, not where you finish it. A variety of food will be served as well. They are unsure the type of food, but they want something that will complement the craft beers.
I always like to think of it as relaxed, but like a unique experience, in that we all have an appreciation for architecture and similar art. Again, like casual, family friendly. We hope to see dog friendly. The outside space we want to utilize and see people, on a day-to-day basis. I think someone said it best. Like we definitely won't be the kind of business you'll end your night with. We're hoping to kind of just be that daily stop, for someone to come in and have something that we've really tried to create, procure. As far as beer goes, he's the man. He can talk about that. The food, I think we're trying to do local sourced, but something casual and fun. We're looking at kind of a taco emphasis to begin with, and something maybe a revolving menu, over the quarters that would actually, hopefully complement some of his creation too.
So as far as like the beer goes, planning to have about 4 year-round styles we'll always have on tap, and then 4 to 6 seasonals that will rotate with the seasons. Probably darker beers in the winter, fall, and lighter beers in the summer and spring.
The brewery will be located at 515 South G Street in the 1930s era building that has housed automotive shops, paint stores, and boutiques. This space was chosen not only because of the structure of the building, but because the co-owners felt that G Street is a spot that has great potential and they wanted to showcase this.
World that was already set up to be a brewery or a restaurant and have the outdoor space that we desired. That was one of the key factors in finding a location. Was we needed an outdoor space. We needed a place for dogs and kids and people to be hanging out, enjoying the weather, not just crammed inside. So we searched and searched, and it was hard to find something within our budget too, because opening a brewery is not cheap. The brewing equipment is expensive, and we have to have a restaurant and all that equipment and everything else that goes along with it. The beautiful thing about G Street is, in this location, it is on G Street, obviously. It checked off some of our boxes. It was affordable, and also, I think this area is in need of a revitalization. G Street used to be a major thoroughfare and a very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Underutilized?
Or it was overutilized at the time. I mean, it was, a lot of people use this street. There's a lot of businesses on it, and everyone you talk to in Jonesville has, they know about the Milky Way, the GE plant down there, the Presley's Drive-In, Grandpa's, all these. Yeah, it has character. Yeah, it's a street that needs some attention, and it's not dead. And we think that with the brewery, as being a destination, can be a cornerstone in helping revitalize this area. And also, this is our neighborhood. I live 2 blocks away. So, we want to see good things happen in our neighborhood.
To this point, in terms of the revitalization, I can't tell you how many people have called even in the last week since they heard about the reading of the city, and they want to know more about G Street. They want to know more about what's going on through here. And if you look at it, like you were talking earlier, it's a hot spot. It's got a lot of cool old architecture. It's just kind of ready to be kind of gone through and to be revitalized and to be bolted onto the West End. That's all any of us really want. But I think we're just excited too about the opportunity of kind of creating more another cool place to work and again to learn the craft. That money stays in the community. That money just goes further. When we're the ones creating the jobs and we're the ones creating a product that not only is appreciated, but just gets used over and over, so yeah.
The City of Jonesboro has approved the private club permit. Some people during the City Council meeting voiced their concerns and disapproval of the permit. James Hines said, "I think introducing liquor into that area is absolutely the worst thing you can do." Bob Hester also said, "You're just keeping this culture of alcohol. If we stop it now, we can maybe take it back in the other direction." This is what Spencer had to say in response to these concerns.
There always will be, but I mean, there's over 7,000 microbreweries in the United States, all throughout this country, and there's bars and restaurants and alcohol all throughout this country. And it's not the driving force of any kind of, there's not real good statistics on crime and things like that. In my opinion, I guess I don't know if it's an opinion or not, but for us, this is not a honky tonk. This is not a little hole, seedy hole in the wall. It's an open, bright space, and it's not a place to come and get hammered and throw back a bunch of drinks. It's a place to come and enjoy the craft behind it and the artists behind that craft and the community that's associated with the production and the consumption of it. So it's about experiencing craft beer, not just drinking, if that makes any sense. So will there be problems? Probably, yeah. Will there be a substantial amount of problems, I think, that would really cause any real issues with our community? No. I think the good that we will bring to this community will outweigh any potential negatives that could come from drinking alcohol. The legislation that we're applying for, we are capped at 21%, so we can neither sell nor manufacture anything above 21% alcohol by volume. So you won't be able to get a shot of tequila or vodka drinks or anything like that here. It's literally what we can make in-house. And honestly, I'm not going to throw out a number of what our highest alcohol percentage would be, but I can pretty much guess it won't be 21%. That's really hard and expensive to do with beer. So it's going to be a place that won't just be getting sloshed all the time.
The co-founders stated they have done everything they can so far to the building with the permits they have. They tore down the inside drop-down ceiling and repurposed the wood to make the outside fence and started to buy items that they will be needing in the store. But until they are approved for the permits and license they need, they are at a standstill.
The city will then go to the state, and that's when we have the official private club license. And then on the other side of it, we also have to do a brewer's notice for the federal and apply for that.
Yeah, so we're in the process right now trying to get our building permits approved with our architect through the city, so that we can actually come in and start, putting in the hard stuff like the electric, plumbing, HVAC, sprinkler system for fire. So that all should be happening during that time as well. I think that gives us an opportunity to get back to the community in a big way. This industry is known for its commitment back to community, either through charitable donations, partnering with nonprofits, doing different types of community engagement events, whether it be cleanups or fun runs, anything to help give back to the community that we are living in and who's giving to us as well. So that's another thing I really want people to know is expect us to be out there. It's not like we're just going to get our license and sit here and just try to sell a bunch of beer and laugh all over the bank. We really want to give back, to host those different events and partners with those different nonprofits and have benefit nights and things like that. I want our name to be synonymous with giving back to the community that's giving so much to us.